And another horse I think on the bubble is Musket Man. His last two races were very good. He ran hard in both races, all out, and
won them both.
Yeah, and he can also stay close to the lead, or he could sit back. If you look at his PPs in the sprint races, he was pretty close to the lead under good fractions, 22 and 4, 46, and he's like a half length off the lead. Then when they stretched him out, they took him off the pace. And the first time they did that under Sam Davis, they broke second, wrangled him back to fourth, fifth, and then made a late move, and he flattened out. He didn't like that as much as having his reins loose in the start. Then the next time out, they changed the jockey, and he kind of did that again. He broke fourth, got wrangled back to fifth, dropped back to eighth, and then on the turn, he rounded into third position. He finally got up for the win.
Yeah.
So then they changed jockeys again. He's had 4 different jockeys.
It's a versatile horse.
Five different jockeys, and I think the trainer was searching for one that would fit the horse better. And last time out, he had Ebar Koa,
right,
who broke him out. He started out as being sixth and progressed as the race went on. Natural progression, sixth, fifth. By the top of the stretch, he had the lead by 2 lengths, and it was a perfect ride in the Illinois Derby. So I expect more of a ride like that. He'll be in mid-pack. He won't be that far back. I think he'll be closer than people think.
This horse is a very good horse. He likes to win, obviously. I mean, he's a lot of people think he may be in over his head in this race, but that desire to win is key to a 3-year-old like this. I mean, he's won his last 2 races, and he's going to be coming in here.
It's one thing about the Derby preps. It's hard to judge the strength of the field each horse is facing. I mean, these horses are running from all over the country, so you don't really know the horses as well as you should, and you don't know the depth of the field or the quality. So there's one thing you can only say. If you run against a weak field, you're supposed to beat them. So Musket Man did that. If you run against a weak field, you're supposed to win, and he's won, so you can't argue with that. As far as facing the quality of the fields, you really don't know. So you have to judge it on how he looks, his ability,
right? Rather
than comparing it to the rest of the field. I find I do well like that.
Yeah, and afterwards, everyone has everyone figures it out after the race is what happened. But going into it like this with there'll be 20 horses in the gate. It is quite a puzzle. It's such a unique puzzle now.
Yeah,
I mean, you've got a horse in here that hasn't raced as a 2-year-old. The big gray Dunkirk. Now, this is unusual, and I think he'll probably be one of the first horses in a while not to have raced as a 2-year-old and then come back to win.
Yeah, he's got a lot of ability. He goes for Todd Pletcher, which is a plus. But the horse that beat him last time in Florida Derby, Quality Road.
Yeah.
That was a great race. Quality Road had the lead, and Dunkirk caught up to him on the turn. And actually, Dunkirk had his head in front on the turn, and Quality Road found another gear. Now, Dunkirk didn't just quit. He kept running too. He held up pretty well.
Yeah, he stayed with
considering that was his 3rd career effort too. That was a big race. I'm not sure if he's going to move forward off that right now, or he's going to need some time. Being he's only had 3 races, it's hard to judge that, and it's hard to figure how much conditioning and bottom he has. Because a race like that could take a lot out of a horse.
Exactly. And, I think you see that all the time where, you have 2 horses going neck and neck or, down to the wire. I know Quality Road pulled ahead, but at the top of the stretch, they were neck and neck, and they were all out.
Yeah.
And, I'm not saying anything, Quality Road we know is not going to be in this race now, but, he's been working well, though. I mean, he's coming to Churchill today, I guess, Dunkirk, Tuesday morning, and he's been working in Florida. I mean, he's staying away from the spotlight. He's sort of an unknown here.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a very expensive horse, and the connections are impeccable. So, another one you can't toss out.
It's true.
He made a much shorter price than some of these other ones we've been talking about. But
I think the race is wide open. There's about 8 horses can probably win this. And It's going to come down to the trip. A lot of the trips is going to be very important. And with no strong early speed type on top, this could be the first Derby in years where the pace is actually slow. Because usually it's lightning fast with 20 horses trying to get early running position.
This is stampede. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. And also, I mean, we don't know the post positions yet. And some of these horses that can sit off the lead, there may be some strategy going on there with the trainers about, well, let's just take the lead if I can sit.
It might be.
Take it, you know. I mean, there's a horse here we haven't talked about. Is Larry Jones's horse, Freezing Fire.
Yeah, Freezing Fire has a good turn of early speed. He could find himself on the lead. He's working bullets. Yeah. He's working incredible. I mean, he's had a lot of time between the Louisiana Derby and Derby morning.
Right.
And Larry Jones had to find a way to keep the horse sharp on his game. He went out with 3 wins, and he's never looked better. And he's trying to keep the horse on that level, which is really hard to do without a race. So, like, he's worked him a mile, he's worked him 5 furlongs, and he's burning up the track and kicking down the stall. So he's definitely ready. The question is, you know, he's never ran a mile and an eighth. So it's hard to judge how he's going to do at a mile and a quarter. He could be the horse on the early lead. He could be the horse stalking in second or third.
Yeah, and the way it looks, he may be sitting on a huge race.
Yeah.
You never know. And
looks to be.
We know he can run in the slop from his last race, so if there's moisture in the track, there may be a little bit of moisture in the track by the time Saturday rolls around.
He's definitely bred for distance, too, out of AP Indy, who was out of Seattle Slough. And you can't ask for more than what you see out of his PPs now. I mean, he's shown he can run at least up to mile 16, and he's working really hard. So he's coming in the race on top of his game. There's a couple other horses working really well, like Pioneer of the Nile.
Yeah.
Baffert's very pleased with him. He's done everything he's asked him and more. And he's working very well. He's not being asked to work hard because he's coming on top of his game, and he hasn't missed his start, and he's deceptively well. He's working deceptively well.
This horse has done nothing wrong.
Yeah, and he gets his first chance on natural dirt as compared to all his other races on synthetic or on grass. So there's a chance he gets faster.
Yes.
On natural dirt. There's a chance he doesn't like it. He doesn't handle it. But right now, it looks like he's going
to be what?
Eating lead and crapping thunder. He looks like he's really going to be there in the stretch.
Yes, I mean, this is the way he runs, isn't it? He closes these races out. He comes from off the pace. And this is a wide open race. I mean, we have 5, 6, you said 8 horses you think could do it.
Yeah, I think about 8 horses can win. Of course, I'm not going to bet 8 horses.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing. You're going to have to check in with nickborg.com.
And also check the blog. I'll put a lot of information up on the blog.
The blog is great. We've been doing a lot of work with the blog.
Especially to round out the exactas and superfectas.
Yes, and Nick Borg, we're supplying NYRA picks every Saturday for their fans, and those are free, so we can always pick those up. You can always pick those up, and then and Nick Borg's Triple Crown picks will be available, and you'll be able to purchase those on his website for the Triple Crown. So Nick, this has been great and very informative.
Yes, only bet we can afford to lose.
Yes, exactly.